I was almost scammed in 3 occasions trying to get a leather stamp, and I went through a lot of difficulties during my beginning days in shoemaking. It was not an easy journey for me. I have a reason for making this video. A lot has been happening lately, and I think I have to address it. So there was a time I tried to get a leather stamp. On 3 occasions, I was almost scammed. So it got to a certain point that I gave up on getting the leather stamp. So I just decided to concentrate on developing and improving in the craft. Though at that point, I knew that it was time for me to have my own leather stamp. But the fear of getting scammed wouldn't let me to proceed to find other ways which I might get it from. So after so many years I've been into the shoemaking industry, I later discovered how I can get my stamp. Though it wasn't easy for me, but at least I later got the stamp. It didn't take long. A lot of people started requesting that I help them to get their own stamps too. I was reluctant about their request because I knew what it took me before I was able to get mine. And not only that, I knew serving the public, a lot is involved. So after a lot of disturbance and a lot of plea, people were being scammed. I visited a lot of communities. I saw a lot of complaints. A lot of beginners were being scammed, trying to get a lot of tools and their customized leather stamp. So at some point, I decided to help. So I started making inquiries on how I can start giving out stamps, because those days it was a little bit difficult, though it's still not easy this time. But those days it was difficult because for me to get stamp for 10 persons, there's a lot of processes that I have to go, and I have to wait for some time for it to be successful. So notwithstanding the difficulty, then I started giving out stamps to those who needed it at that point. So because I knew what it was like during my beginning days, I had a lot of challenges, and through my challenges I decided that I am going to create a way that will solve most of the difficulties I encountered during my beginning days. So it is my experience, and I know a lot of people, a lot of beginners are also going through the same difficulty. So I decided to create solutions to those problems. One of those solutions is getting customized leather stamps for those who need it, making it easier for them to get it. And secondly is trying to help the beginners to start making money even while they are learning. It took me about 2 years before I was able to start making profit from shoemaking. I have to be sincere to you. What happened was that during my beginning days, I was making a lot of mistakes, and I was not really making something perfect. So in one of my videos, I've already explained what I went through. So I was not making something perfect, so most times I sell on cost price, sometimes below cost price, until I started making something that is presentable, something that the customers are willing to go with my own price. So that's why I have created a lot of solutions to so many problems today, because creating pattern or creating a lot of templates hinders a lot of beginners from making money even while they are learning, and at some point some of them give up, because either because they run out of fund or maybe they become discouraged and think that there is no need for them to go further. So right now, I have given out a lot of leather stamps, that's customized leather stamps. I've given out a lot. Also, I have helped a lot of people lay hands on the basic tools, or most of the basic tools they need to make something that is perfect. And finally, I have created solutions for those who cannot create their own pattern templates, their own source templates. So I have created solutions to that. The reason I made those templates is while a beginner is still learning, they can easily make something perfect and make sales, make profit, and then gradually they develop and begin to create their own templates. But that's not the reason why I'm making this video. Like I said, a lot has been happening lately. A lot of people think maybe they are doing me a favor when they make requests for these items. Of course, I make a little token from them. But if really I want to make a huge amount of money from all these things, the prices will be different. I know some people might think that the prices are on the high side, but considering the economical challenge in the country recently, you'll agree with me that I'm doing my best to make sure these things are very affordable to those who need it. And I have to be sincere to you. The stress, the time these things consumes me is more than the profit or maybe the things I gain from it. But when I say it, some people think maybe I'm exaggerating or maybe I'm trying to confuse them. No. Sometimes most of these things I have to add my own money. Most times it has to be the exact amount, and I am not bothered. I still do these things willingly to help those who cannot lay their hands on them. Those of us who are in this country already know the state of the economy. The price of the exchange rate is not stable. Today it is high, tomorrow it comes low. You think it is stable now, the next day it goes back. So it is not stable, it is fluctuating. So this is one of the disadvantages of what I face in giving out these items. And it is disheartening that a lot of people come to my DM, they talk to me anyhow. Some people tell me, customer is always right. Okay, because you sent your money to me, I'm trying to make life easier for you. Yes, fine, I might be having a token from what you have sent after the whole process, and sometimes I might not. But that is not enough reason for you to talk to me anyhow or come to my DM and say things just because you can say them, because you have access to say them to me. So I know sometimes this category of people do these things so that I'll get angry and maybe stop. But I have understood there are genuine people who really needs the services that I render, and I cannot just stop because of some certain category of people who just want to push me to stop. So the reason I made this video is to address the fact that I'm rendering these services from my heart. It is just part of the things I give out to the community to make life easier. A lot of people have been scammed on several occasions. Some of them come to my DM and they tell me they have been scammed on several occasions. So these things are not easy for me. I'm not even making much from it. Like I said before, sometimes I put in my own money, I put my time, I make the calls, you understand, making sure that I don't disappoint any person. But still, some people are not grateful. They feel they are doing me a favor. Well, for your information, shoemaking is just a hobby to me. I have my main business. For some of you who have my profile on Facebook, not my page, my profile, if you go there, you see I don't post anything concerning shoemaking. And when you look at the banner of my profile, you will see what I do as my main business. So shoemaking is just a hobby. I just bumped into shoemaking and I just decided to use it to affect and touch lives out there. So when next you come to my DM, make sure you think before you talk. And if you're among those who are in any of my community, any of my platform, if you're not interested in the things I do, if you're not interested in the services I offer, it is very okay for you to leave. Please do not be an obstacle to those who really need these services. So when next you are sending me your money for any item, remember that it is not also easy for me. So remember, I'm giving you a service, and in return, I am supposed to gain something. So these are the few things I decided to address in this video. Have a nice day.